Yes, family, give thanks to another great rise. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the kitchen. You already know it go. It's Friday, and well, I have to make a trip, but I have to make sure say the house full of food before me left. So, I did put out a message that the tiki bar is not going to be open this weekend. I don't know when I'm going to post this video. It might be after Saturday, but I did send out a message that the tiki bar is going to be closed for the next 2 weeks because I'll, work calls. All right, but we don't need a reason for cook anyway. But we're gonna put some things on the fire. I work with multiple meals today. All right, so we say I cook for a couple of days, so we can one leave food at the yard and two take some with me for my journey. All right, so I'm gonna do a small brisket, and then we're gonna do some other meats. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season this up, and then I'm gonna show you what the other cookings are going. All the nice cookings are going this weekend. So our week starts, as I'm saying in Jamaica. Weekend, it's the end of the week. All right, so the brisket this time around, I wanted to try it with a lot more fat. Normally I trim off most of the fat off of it. I trimmed some of it off, but I didn't trim off, the majority of it on top anyway. And then underneath, usually there's a thicker piece of fat under here. I already removed that. All right, so clean it up nice, but I wanted to do low and slow, and so I left a little bit more fat on it than I normally do. All right, so I like to use my mustard as my base, even though I don't like mustard. What I do like it when it comes to barbecue, it's it gives the meat a good flavor. It's a good bonding agent, but it also gives the meat a good flavor. So this is a new seasoning I just found. So it looks like it's pretty good. So I said I'm gonna try this one. And as usual, I'm saying with brisket, brisket is very unforgiving, because if you don't know what you're doing, it will spoil very easily. But you don't need a lot of seasoning on brisket, because brisket is a cut of meat that it basically soaks up whatever seasoning you put on there. Most places you go, most people only put salt and pepper on brisket, But we're gonna cover this thing all over with some good seasoning. Usually I'm doing this on a pellet grill, but we're doing it charcoal style. Alright, so get some more mustard on here. I don't know why I closed the bottle when I knew I was going to use it again. Alright, we'll get that mustard rubbed in. Get some of this seasoning on there. You notice I didn't tell you what kind of seasoning I'm using, right? I never give away all the secrets. All the corners. Alright. So I'm gonna let this sit and rest for about probably 30 to 40 minutes, because I have to fire up the grill. There's a reason why I don't fire up the grill right away, so it gives the meat time to soak up some of the seasoning. Generally would be overnight. I prefer 24-hour seasoning, but since it's Friday evening, I know it's going to take a while, so we just decided to throw something on the grill. It go already. All right, so I'm gonna cover this down gonna work on our second set of meats. So we had to, as I said, 3 sets of meats today. All right. So stay tuned. We're gonna work on the second set of meats. All right. See you shortly. All right, family. Welcome back. So now we're gonna work on the second set of meats. So this is chuck roast, and what we're gonna do with the chuck roast, we're gonna actually make a stew. All right. So we're actually gonna put this in the crock pot and make it stew down over a couple hours. All right. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna slice it up and then season it up, drop it in the crock pot with all the veggies and all the good stuff will go with it. All right. So first thing I want to do, I'm just gonna slice it into cubes. We don't want the cubes too small because it'll go cook for a couple hours. So we really don't want it to mash out, you know. So we just make sure we serve it decent sized cubes because it's gonna slow cook as well. And with chuck roast, you can actually bake it, you know, however you like it. But I think chuck roast is good for stews. So I could easily put this in another pot and cook it quicker, but I want it to be like a slow cook. And it's all beef. And then I get no pork this time. Surprise, surprise. People are calling me the pork king. All kind of name when I call me. No pork this time, just beef. And there's some people that eat beef either. There's some people that eat meat in general. But again, like I always say, to each his own, right? Only God alone can judge, you know. You already know that. So we are gonna take the opportunity to enjoy our life, enjoy what we eat, right? We're not gonna dictate to people what they can and cannot eat, because we are all different. Alright, get some nice thick piece of chuck. Got one more piece. And usually this, as you can see, usually it's a redder meat, but because it I had to soak it in water to thaw it out overnight, so that's why it's got that grayish looking color. But as you can see, when I slice it, you can see the redness in the meat. All right. Now it gonna matter anyway. It's gonna stew that. All right, let me get this out of the way. And we're just gonna put some seasoning on there. All right. So what I usually use is my olive oil, but you know I always need something as my bonding agent. Olive oil, either olive oil or avocado oil. This time I'm using olive oil. Even though we stick to it still regardless, but I just like olive oil on my stuff. Alright, get some of this topical seasoning. Alright, my anti-vampire seasoning, my garlic salt, so you guys already know. I always use that. Some other seasoning I want to know about. And then we're gonna add some browning. Right. Here we are. some browning on it, but we don't know. More than enough. Alright, good to go. So this one is done. So we got one more set of meats that we're going to do. Alright, so you guys stay tuned. I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, so for our final meat of the day, we have steaks. Alright, so we got some small steaks over here, and we got a tomahawk over here. Same type of steaks, it's just this one is the Fred Flintstone version. Okay. So same type of season that I use on the brisket, I'm just gonna stick with for this one. Keep it simple. Again, to each his own. Some people only put salt and pepper on steaks, but you know, you have to experiment. No, I didn't say experiment. Experiment with your food. Right, Lynn?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a easy seasoning, very quick. See, I'm little secret seasoning I just buy and want to try out, you know? Yeah. Look like it's gonna be good. So we say, all right, we could just sprinkle it over the steak as well. See how it tastes on steak. You know it's gonna taste different on the brisket than it does on the steak. All right. Same thing with my Fred Flintstone. Yabba dabba doo. Well, remember that. I'm dating myself right now. Some of y'all don't even remember Fred Flintstone. Don't remember the Flintstones. Y'all don't even remember the Jetsons, and we living in those times right now. Remember the Jetsons?
Oh yeah. All
that futuristic stuff that we thought would never come to fruition. Yeah, that's the world we live in now. All right, flip that up. Mustard on them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's it. Alright. Make sure so we get some on the side of the tomahawk as well. Just rub it in. I already know the massage part always work when the meats are in the kitchen. Alright. Now, we're not beat them up like the last time, but I'm gonna get that nice little massage. And I got a secret recipe that I'm gonna do with these steaks. All right, later on, you'll see. You will see. I'm not telling you right now, but you will see. But as I said, I want to make sure that this entire thing get seasoned all the way through. As I said, we don't waste nothing. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like biting this right now. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Some people probably would, but I'm not gonna do that. All right. So that is it. We got all our meat seasoned up, and there's gonna be 3 different ways of doing this. So we're doing 3 different types of cooking today. Well, multiple types of cooking today. I won't say 3 different types of cooking, but you will see when we get out to the grill. All right. So we're gonna be using different types of grills, and I got a new addition to the family anyway. So you already know. No. See if you can guess. All right. Let me know in the comments before I get out there to the workstation. If you don't think or don't know who the newest addition to the family is. All right. So I will see you outside. Stay tuned. All right. So we're gonna get this the fire started for the grill. So I don't know, I love my gadgets them already, you know. And actually a friend of mine told me about this. So this is actually a charcoal starter, electrical charcoal starter. I don't even remember the brand name, but it works really good. So literally, I got my chimney here. You see a lot of people grill all the time. They usually use this chimney. So basically, you drop that in there. You get all your charcoal, briquettes in there. I'm gonna use some of the what do you call it? Some regular charcoal, some lump charcoal. So I'm mixing the charcoal briquettes with the lump charcoal. I guess I didn't need the knife, huh? Because I'm just here. Alright. Okay, so literally, only thing I have to do now is plug this up, and the elements are going to heat up, and that will start my fire. All right, so we're going to check back in a few minutes, see how well it's working, and you guys be the judge. If this, I like it. I've used it before. You guys have never seen this one or seen me use this one. Usually I'm using the torch, but this works really well because what I like about it, you don't have to use any starter fluid, so you don't have that chemical. So I don't like using lighter fluid on my whatever. If I'm using charcoal, it's natural firewood or something like that. I don't like using starter fluid on it because you have to burn it completely out, so you don't get that taste in the meat that you're cooking. All right, so we're gonna let that start to warm up. All right, and once it get ready and nice and hot and ready to go into the ready to use, I will introduce you to the new member of the family. All right, stay tuned. I'll check in shot. Alright family, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the beans into the roaster. Alright, so this is our slow cooker. I'm going to tell you how I use up all our gadgets today. Alright, so here we got some kidney beans and some pinto beans. Alright, so I'm going to drop these in first and let them start to slow cook. Alright, and then once we get them to a certain point, we're going to drop the meat in there, let the meat get to slow cooking, and then we're going to season up everything, and then the last part we're going to drop all our veggies and stuff in there. You know, they're going to take as long to cook, and then this is going to cook overnight, and depending on how long the brisket take for cook, that might cook overnight too, so we might do some night cooking still. But that's how it goes. Alright, so we're going to lock this down and make it go and do its thing. Alright, it's going to be a little while. Right now, I have it at 450, so it to make the peas cook a little bit faster. And then we'll drop in the meat tonight. Alright, so next thing we're going to do, I'll go back outside now, check in on the charcoal and see where it is and if it's ready for start use. Alright, so we'll see you in a little bit. Alright family, let's check in on our gadget, see how well it works. So, see there? Look at that. That's it. And you can see all it does, the elements just get nice and hot and warm up the charcoal. So what's good about this is I don't have to just wait to add charcoal to the fire. All I have to do is just preset it, right, when I need more charcoal into the fire, so I can just add it without having to lose time on heat on my grill. All right, so where are we going? Well, I guess it's time to introduce you to the newest member of the family. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce Smoky, aka Smoke Dog. Some of y'all remember that again. Yeah, so this is the newest member of the family, aka Smoke Dog. Yeah, this is a standing smoker. All right, so we're gonna do, we're gonna do a whole heap of smoking on this. All right, so first things first, I'll get my charcoal down in there. All right, I'm gonna add more to that. This is just my first set because I need to burn it off a little bit, because usually when you get new grills, you always want to what they call season it, right? So basically, because it's brand new, it's never been used, you want to make sure you close it down and let it get to maximum temperature. And I might add some more charcoal to this just to get it up a little bit higher, because I want my temperature, I want it to get to max temperature, so that way it can burn off the original chemicals. Basically is what you're trying to get to burn off the grill, right? So you get it to about somewhere between 400 and 500 degrees, so those chemicals burn off, and then you are good to go to start cooking. All right, as you can see, I have a lot of room in here to put charcoal, and it also has, if I wanted to cook something else on here, it actually has another grill I could put on here and just direct cook. If I wanted to put some hot dogs on there, or charbroil or steak or something like that, I can do that as well. All right, look, I promise this is the last grill I'm buying.
Don't believe it.
It's not a grill, like technically it's a smoker. So so welcome Smoky to the family. All right, we're gonna make the fire go on blaze. All right, we're gonna get it up to temperature, let it heat up, and then we're gonna add our brisket in there. All right, so you guys stay tuned. We will be back out here shortly. As you can see, temperature is already at 100 degrees. So I think I'm gonna like this a lot better than, because this is what you call an offset smoker, basically, because your heater is right here is offset to the smoker itself. I like this one because, you know, heat rises versus the one that's flat. All right, so we will see. I mean, I have one that's over there, that's the opposite of this, is the one that sits flat. So this is the first standing offset smoker I've had, so we'll see if it works better than the other one. All right, and you can see smoke and everything are rising, the temperature is rising. All right, so we will check in shortly and then get everything on the grill. All right, so we'll see in a minute. All right, so as you can see, we're using multiple grills. I just introduced you to Smoke Dog, Smoky. No, I see Lynn Fish there, shake her head. You gotta name your grills, I'm just saying. Alright, so you know which one you use. Alright, so you don't mistake. Everybody have them one personality. Every grill have them one personality, you know. And the people who are grillers know that. Every grill have them one personality. So anyway, my favorite, Mr. Traeger here. You know, we're gonna get some steaks on. Alright, so we got it nice and fired up. We got it at a high temperature right now because we want to get some char on it. All right, so I'm starting with Mr. Flintstone. All right, and I'm gonna drop the rest of the family. Barney Rubble, Betty, Wilma. I remember what the dog name. All right. Somebody tell me in the comments if you remember what the dog name. All right.
Pebbles and Bam Bam.
Well, that's the babies. Pebbles and Bam Bam was the babies.
I know.
What was,
That's all I can get.
what was the name of the dog? Or did they have a dog? Ah, okay. So again, I know I'm dating myself, but if you remember the name of the entire Flintstones family, type into the comments. And don't cheat, don't Google it, because I know a lot of you go and Google it and say what was the name of the Flintstones family. Alright? Our characters. So I want to know in the comments if you remember who the Flintstones are. Alright? It's for the older folks. Alright? Maybe some of the younger folks might have seen it if you like cartoons. But anyway, so we got those on the grill. We're gonna check in on those and then we're gonna go back over to the other grill, put on the brisket and get that started. Alright? So see you shortly. Good. You want some more water? Want some more? Come on. Hot, right? Yeah. Oh. Good girl. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's hot. I know. I know it's hot. Look at the fat boy over there. You don't be scared. I know it's hot. It's hot, Chloe. Yeah, that's how we keep them warm outside, because it's our cool. Because it's, you see how? Look. See, I rub it in the water. So, yeah, man. You have to keep them cool outside. It's very hot right now. Even though all we can do cares about is the dog. So it's love. Right, Coco? Alright, we're gonna get back to the cooking. See you shortly. Alright, go on, Chloe. Okay. I know she likes to stay close. That's my guard dog. So now we're gonna put on the brisket. This is it, well marinated. Alright, I got my temperature up. It's been burning for a little bit, burn off the original chems, paint and all that stuff. So right now it's at 400. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the dial down so I can control the temperature. Because as I said, low and slow is what we're going to do. Alright, so right now I'm just going to drop the brisket on there. And I'm going to, as I said, first time using this grill, so I got to make sure my brisket fits. So I'm about 3/4 of the way up on it. Alright, you'll see how it goes. And what's gonna happen is, now that I put the brisket on, that temperature is gonna fall. Alright, so I'm just gonna lock it back down. Alright, and then from here is just for me to control the temperature. Alright, so if I want more heat, I open this up. I got the other valve over here that I can open up or close. Alright, and that keeps my temperature where I want it. So right now I'm just gonna try to manage my temperature at about 225. Alright, so as I said, low and slow. Alright, so we're gonna try to keep it and at that temperature. Alright, so right now just need to keep it low and slow. And we have to stay monitoring this particular grill. So that means I'm going to be constantly out here adding more charcoal to it, as you can see. We got our charcoal in there. I got some different types of firewood I'm gonna use as my flavoring. So I got hickory, I got some cherry, all right, and I got some mesquite. Okay, so at some point I'm going to be adding them individually just to get a blend of flavors. All right, and I have to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak these in water, so when I add them to the fire I get that smoke to it. All right, so right now we're good to go. We're just going to let it go and do its thing early on, and then we'll come in and we'll slowly add our different flavors to it. It's going to be a good cook. All right, so stay tuned. All right, family, I'm trying to keep up with all this grills. So we're checking on the steaks, see how they doing. Oh, that looks beautiful. All right, so we're gonna flip them real quick. Get my Fred Flintstone tomahawk back here in the back. That is it. Nice and beautiful. Alright, so they are good to go. I'm gonna lock it down and let them go and do them thing. Alright, but check in shortly. Lenny's in the kitchen doing something, so we gotta check in and see what she do. Alright, stay tuned. All right, family, let's check in on the steaks, see how they doing. Woo! Yes, sir. Looking beautiful, as they should be. The Flintstone back here looking good. All right, so let me tell you something. There's something special with the steak. So right now, I'm gonna take them off the grill. I got them kind of to where I want them right now. I don't want them to overcook. Looking good. Beautiful. Let me get Mr. Flintstone off the grill here. Get him in the pan. Yeah. Hard to make space for me now. Alright, so Mr. Flintstone, good. So we're gonna shut down the grill. And we got two special things we're gonna do to this steak. Alright? So you guys stay tuned and see where we end up. Alright? All right, family, so I'm gonna wrap the tomahawk right now. I like my steaks well done, you know, so one of the reasons why you see I'm wrapping it and I'm using butcher paper, right? Because if you have watched my videos before, butcher paper basically is good because it keeps you still get that smoke flavor from it, and I like my steaks well done, like I said, but I still get that smoke flavor. Some people like their steaks medium rare, medium well, whatever your preference. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, you don't judge. Alright? Only God can judge. So right now I'm just wrapping Mr. Fred Flintstone in some butcher paper just to make sure it's good to go. And like I said, you can use foil or you can use butcher paper. Butcher paper for me, like I said, it usually maintains, you know, you get some more smoke rings, all right, some more smoke flavor on the meat. That's the reason why I like to use butcher paper versus the foil. I think the foil does make it cook a lot faster than the butcher paper because it is foil. But I do like the butcher paper because it just gives it that tender cook without overcooking or over grilling, you know. Let's see, I got my twine. Tie this up. All right, good to go. So we're going to put this back to the grill. Range over here. I don't know what he's doing. It's my true guard dog right here, Chloe. Right, Chloe? Alright. So we're going to drop this back on the grill. Alright. Lock that down. I can turn the temperature down because the steak is pretty much done. So I'm gonna drop my temperature probably down to about 250. Alright? So that way it's not overcooked. And this is gonna be on the grill for probably about maybe another 15-20 minutes. Alright, as I said, well done without the burn, but I still get the smoke flavor. Alright? So we're gonna go check it on the brisket in a little bit. So stay tuned. Alright, family, so we are going to add some wood chips to the fire to get some smoke. As I said, low and slow. So as you can see, the temperature is at about 275. We want to be around 225 for low and slow. But we're going to add some wood chips. So this is the mesquite wood chips. As you can see, the grill are going good. I love this. I love this. So I've been soaking my wood chips in water. That's going to give my smoke flavor to the meat. All right, I haven't even opened my I haven't opened it yet because I don't want to disturb that brisket. All right, so right now I just want to get some smoke. So that's why I'm adding my wood chips. So right now this is the first round of wood chips and this is the mesquite. All right, that's gonna get the smoke that I need. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this water off. All right, you see that? You see I'm getting the smoke already? See I'm getting the smoke already? All right, so I'm gonna lock that down. That mesquite smoke is gonna go all the way up through the grill. Yeah, man, and get it nice. See that? See the smoke? Yeah. So all that smoke's gonna go through my brisket right now. Yeah, man. So I'm actually really impressed with this smoker so far. So the crazy part is this takes a lot more work, you know, and for people that are true grillers, you understand when you want to do something that's just really good, low and slow, you have to take the time. All right, so we're doing good. See the smoke? Look at all that smoke. Look at all that smoke coming out. Yeah, man. So that's the mesquite. So the next time I add wood chips to this, it's gonna be the apple. All right, because I'm using 3 different flavors of wood chips on this brisket. All right, it's gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna stay tuned. Yes, family, quick check-in at the kitchen. Yeah, man, we're gonna do some potatoes. I don't know what else you're working on, but so far we know so we're gonna have mashed potatoes. Maybe some garlic, cheesy mashed potatoes. I don't know. It's just a just a check-in to see where I go on. I'm see the potato on the fire. Alright? So we will see what kind of creation she comes up with and what else other side dish is gonna be with this meal. Alright? So stay tuned. Yeah, family, so just so you know, as I'm telling you, so we're not go to waste. So like this is an onion that kind of missed us. We didn't pay attention. So we had 1 onion in the bag that started to grow. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna plant this in the garden. And then since we are talking about gadgets and things where help us out, we have so the onions will then peel for putting out the stew. So we have I wanted to show you this gadget a lot earlier, but I wanted to see how it works. So this is a electronic compost bin, and see it there? So everything we drop in there, it basically break it down to compost. Alright, so I'll drop the onion them in there. It automatically close, but when I do it, rotate. Once it's full, then I can use this in my garden. Alright? So yeah, see there? As what I tell you, so we don't waste nothing. Alright, so all you can do meats, vegetables. I think the only thing you can't put in there is like bone and plastics and stuff like that. But everything else you can put in there. And that we reuse all of the things in, so that reduces with trash, and it reduces us having to bag up certain things and take to the dump, you know? So here's the name of it if anybody's interested in getting it. Okay, and I will tag it in the description. All right, so anyway, back to business soon and shortly. All right, family, so we already added some mesquite and we're gonna add some cherry wood. The grill is still going nice. We're gonna get a different flavor of smoke on this brisket. This is gonna be nice. I can't tell you. Triple wood-fired brisket. All right, so I use triple blend, 3 different kinds of blend on this brisket. All right, close it back down. Good to go. All right, and smoke is coming out the way we want it. That's the second blend. All right, so we got 1 more wood blend to go when it comes to the brisket. I'm really impressed with this grill. I'm loving the fact that I can maintain the temperature, you know, and it's just a matter of just being out there and enjoying the outdoor atmosphere. See Chloe over there still watching my back, so she watch. I got my waterfall over here. I got my ambiance going. As when I know the tiki bar over there, so I don't know what this crazy one is doing. Ranger, go on, go play. All him want to do I play. You see how she work? She a guard dog. Even though he's the scarier one, right? But yeah, man, I'm a guard dog. So yeah, as what I say, tiki bar is still looking good. I won't be here for the next 2 weeks, but today is today, so we're gonna have fun and we're gonna cook some food. All right, so stay tuned. We still gotta take the tomahawk off the grill, so we'll check in on that shortly. All right. All right, family. So I had an impromptu live. Got distracted. So Lane was holding down the fort for me. So I'm gonna get back to business. So as you can see, the beans have been cooking. I have the pinto beans and the red beans in here, which is great because they're pretty much pre-cooked. So now I'm going to add the meat. And like I said, all this is slow cooking. All right, you're already seeing what's going on out on the grill, and you already know that everything is going well out there on my new grill. So what I'm doing, just adding the meat. It's already well seasoned. Because again, this is a stew. Okay. This is an all-night stew. Alright. So get a spoon. Just a spoon. So we're gonna get this in there. We're gonna let the meat cook down for a while, a couple hours, and then we're gonna add, because you know, as usual, we always add the natural seasoning towards the end because the natural seasoning doesn't take that long to cook. So I'm let the meat cook for a couple hours. And we'll add the natural seasoning and all the other ingredients to this meal. All right. So the only thing I got left to do. Oh, so Lynn has already got the mashed potatoes done over here. All right. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to deal with the steaks. All right. So check in. We're going to get that sorted out. Again, this is going to be an overnight thing. The brisket is going to be a long night thing. Alright, so we're not for sleep tonight, so that's the reason why it's been doing the steak separately, so we can't eat something in between. Alright, so I told you I was going to do something special with the steaks, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. Alright, check in shot. Alright, finally, checking on the ribs, or I'm sorry, the brisket. 0 dark 30, or late at night. Got a nice little color on it. Yeah, so we're going to take it over to the butcher paper. We're going to wrap it. As I said, this is a small brisket, not like the ones we normally, the bigger ones we normally do. Alright, so now we're going to get it back on the grill, finish it up. Alright, and as I'm going to say, butcher paper, keep that smoke flavor going in there. Now it's going to get nice and tender. Alright, let's shut this down. Make sure the fire is good. Alright, let's go. I'm loving this grill, by the way. I'm loving this grill. Alright, so we're going to shut it down and let it do its thing. Alright, got a few more hours. So we're going to go back in, checking on the other meats, because we still got the the steak to finish. All right, that's gonna be our meal for tonight. This and the stew is like the rest of the week kind of meal. All right, so lock this down. Good to go. We'll see you inside when we check in on the steak and get that prepared. The special way I told you about. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so remember I said we're doing something special with the steak tonight. So we had the steak done on the grill. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna double fry these steaks. We're gonna country fry these steaks. All right. So we already had them on the grill. They got that smoke flavor to them. So
Can I taste it?
No. Why are you always trying to taste the food, man? Because I don't know. You could have tasted it before I decided to cook. Here. Why are you looking at it like that? Here. You say you want to taste it. Don't ask no questions. Just taste it.
Mm.
It's cool.
That's good.
All right.
Mm.
So now we're going to double fry it. We're going to deep fry it. All right. So I put it. See, she does this all the time. All of a sudden now, can I taste it? She could have tasted it. It was sitting in the oven, staying warm until I had to deep fry it. She could have been tasted. Harassment. That's what I call it. Harassment. All right. I'm going to drop some. Deep fry. Double fry. Country fry. Whatever you want to call it. We're going to do this with all the steak. All the steak right here. I'm gonna call these steak bites. Double fry steak bites. So as you can see, the steak is already cooked. But we're gonna country fry them. Stop touching.
Mm. That's good.
Do you want me to leave 2 of the steaks unfried? Or do you want me to fry them all?
You leave those unfried.
Alright. So we're gonna deep fry the rest of these, and we're gonna leave 2 unfried. Because apparently she wants 2 unfried. The goal was to deep fry all the steaks, and she said no, changed her mind. Now she wants to leave 2 of them unfried. Because they're good for making sandwiches. That's what she gonna say. Well, you can't see, I feel bad the camera up here, but that's, she knows Sam. I'm telling the truth. So, I gotta dust them off with some batter. And we want to deep fry. Fried, dyed, and laid to the side. A little bit harder to turn. Alright, so let's get some of these fried, dyed, and laid to the side steaks off the grill, or should I say off the grease. Alright, first batch is off. We're going to add some more and then we're going to finish this up. Alright, so after that, we'll know what time it is.
Sample time.
Sample time. Alright, stay true. Alright, family, I showed up just in time to see catch Lynn making the country fried steak. So we grilled it. We deep fried it, and now Lynn's making the gravy. So we can deep fry, we can saute it down. Country fried. Fried, dyed, laid to the side. Now pay attention and not take notes. Notice me not giving the early secrets of what she put in the pot. Right now she's making that country fried gravy. And for the people living in the south, you know exactly what I'm talking about. See what I want in that pot there. A little bit of that southern gravy. And then I'm gonna drop the steaks in it. A bit more seasoning. You need some stock.
Yeah, I can put some stock in it.
For you right here.
Thank you, thank you. Give it a little more.
See, everybody have a specialty. Yard food are my specialty. Southern fried, laid to the side, and dyed. Yeah, that's our specialty. Chicken stock to it. So that gravy getting nice and thick. Cooked down. Yeah, see it there? Now we start to look at that southern gravy. Just when you thought we was done with the steak. Yeah, we're just getting started. This is like some marathon cooking right here, you know? We got the food over there cooking, the stew over there. That's going to cook for 24, maybe 48 hours. We got this double fried grilled steak, country fried. I don't even know what to call it. This is some next level stuff. This is, I've never seen anybody do this. This is some 1970s stuff. Fried, dyed, laid to the side. Now, she's gonna add the steak to it. I'm hungry. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to sample time, people. Just stirring everything. So your body gets a little bit of gravy. So everybody soak up nice gravy now. So what she's gonna do, she's gonna get the cover it down, and turn the heat down, let it saute. And we got our fried steak, or whatever you want to call it. I just know it looks good. Country fried.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find the right cover. She don't find the right cover soon. I'm gonna stick my finger in there. Alright, she find the right cover. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna let this saute down, and then I gotta go outside and check on the brisket, see where it's at. So we're about 6-7 hours into the brisket. About 6 hours into the brisket.
Yeah.
Alright, so the chef over there, so she said, PR kitchen, PR rules, that's how it go. Alright, so we're gonna check in on the brisket, see how it look, and then we'll take it off the grill. I still gotta slice up the tomahawk steak. Alright, so multiple things we gotta deal with tonight. As I'm gonna say, if we're not hungry, don't come over here. Alright? But we're soon to shot. Stay tuned. Alright, family, so we got the tomahawk off the grill. We're gonna slice it up. It's almost midnight. So this has been a marathon night of cooking. So right now we're just gonna slice it up. Mr. Fred Flintstone's good to go. So now we're going to make our sample
plate.
Okay, all right, because I know it's late. But so we have multiple levels of steak. And let's get the plate set up. All right. So we're gonna do some mashed potatoes, because steak and potatoes is the best thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got some mashed potatoes. We got some fried steak. Country fried steak is what I should say. Right, Lynn?
Right.
All right. Some country fried steak. Pretty, plate look pretty. A little bit of gravy on the potatoes from the country fried steak. All right, what we got over here? A little bit of tomahawk steak. A little bit of grilled steak. Oh goodness. Do we have roux? Are we missing anything?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we're gonna put a biscuit on there. That's because you made it. Alright. What do you need?
Fork.
You need a fork. Alright. Let's get a fork. Alright. Rotate. Mm. 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 You got 3 different kinds of. Got country fried steak. You got grilled steak. You have, what is that?
Tomahawk.
Tomahawk steak. Yeah. The Fred Flintstone. It's just that everything is nice and tender.
Oh yeah.
See there? Tomahawk. Regular steak. Lynn made these biscuits herself.
It's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice and tender. That's how steak should taste.
Well, I will let you know for sure. I will let you. Take off my hat just in case. Get warm in here. Oh yeah. Steak, fried steak. I've had this before. I can't remember which restaurant, but you know mine 10 times better. Which is on point. Look how tender that steak is. This is basically a triple cooked steak. So you're getting three different kinds of flavor. And remember, we're not even scratched the surface of what's going on behind us. It's a whole different ball game. That's a slow cook. Okay, so this is just day one. This is a 2-day cook. We still got the brisket that's outside on the grill. As I'm gonna say, this is a marathon cooking thing because the brisket is still on the grill. So I gotta keep checking on that. It's almost midnight, but at least we're getting something to eat prior to midnight. Vampire time, them man. No, no man. This is when the vampires are out. Right. Me and them tonight. So we're gonna finish up, eat the meal. As I'm gonna say, this is the first part. Still got the brisket to do. So I'll be checking on it periodically throughout the night because I'm using a smoker, so I gotta maintain the fire overnight. So we probably have another 2-3 hours to go. But it's dark outside, and we'll show you when we're done with that. All right. So the only thing we have left to do is the brisket. We still got the slow cook going on with the stew. All right. So more samplings to go. All right. We're just starting with the sample. You notice that I wear a sample shirt tonight because it's been a long night, but tomorrow. I'm gonna finish up the sampling. Alright. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Alright?
Good night.
Good night. For now. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know why. Look how tender that is. See you tomorrow. Alright, family, so welcome to day 2. So, you know the second part of the meal what we said we are cooked. So last night we put the meats on the slow cooker, and it's been cooking for about 12, 14 hours now. So we're gonna take a look quite because we're gonna finish seasoning it up, alright? So Lynn already put, as you can see, she put the carrots here, the meat nice and tender already. Look at that. Yeah, man. So the chucker was nice and tender. We got some carrots, got some potatoes. Alright, so you already know how I do it. I always do my final seasoning towards the end of the cook. So I'm gonna drop some onions in there. I don't need all of these. I'm just gonna drop a few pieces of onion. Break this apart. Couple pieces of onion. Got my thyme right here, fresh from the garden, as usual. You know, everything that I pick now is fresh from the garden. Put that in there. Got some sage. And it's good to break it up because it opens up the flavor. And you know, I got some Thai basil. And some regular basil. Give me all my natural flavors. See, I start cook thick already. Look at that. So we're just gonna mix that in now, and that is just gonna enhance the flavor for the final cook down. That's gonna be a nice hearty stew. See it thick already? Let me sample it. Let me get a small sample. Yeah, don't need no more than that. Alright. What we're gonna do, we're gonna cover that back down and let that finish cooking. And then we still have the brisket to cut up. Alright, so see what on the other side of the counter until we slice up the brisket. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, family, so here's my little tiny brisket I did. As I can say, it wasn't a giant brisket like I normally do. It's just a small brisket, and luckily it was small enough to fit inside, because you can see it's not like my regular grill. That's a smaller, that smoker is a little bit smaller, so of course I had to make sure it's small enough to fit in there. Anyway, yeah, we let it rest. So now we're gonna just slice it. All right, and that's what I tell you, I use this on the grain. I left a lot more fat on this than I usually do. You can see that brisket is, whoo, look at that. See all those smoke rings on it? This is how you want brisket to look. See all that? That's smoke rings right there.
Juicy.
That's how you want a brisket to look. And you know, as we go deeper into it, the juicier it gets. You can see that fat on top, that little gel. Yeah, that's where all the flavor is. You see that? You see where that gel, that little fatty section of that? Yeah, that's it right there, my family. Woo-woo. Don't worry, the knife is not dull. It's just me trying to precision cut. I'm trying to cut some thin slices as much as I can, you know. So look at that. Let me show you something. Look at that. See that juice? That brisket is juicy. Look at that. This is gonna make some good sandwiches. Look at that. How beautiful that is. Look at that. Tender cuts of brisket right there. I already telling you, don't come over if you're hungry. Make sure you eat something before you come over. Well, the video, not the house, guys. If you come at the house, we're gonna feed you. So you actually get to try this goodness in person, you know? Let me show you what I'm going. See that? Look at that. Juicy brisket. Ooh. That is. I know y'all, some of y'all gonna be cussing me. But like I said, that's what you get. You get to enjoy the goodness, or see the goodness. I don't know if you're gonna enjoy it. But you know my motto already.
Food for now.
Eh? What you say? Say that again.
No.
Food for now. Food for now. You see me Jamaicanized, but she still can't speak patois. I don't understand that. I don't understand that, people. Only if you don't know if you speak patois. Food for now. Pronounce the words like how you see them. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're almost done. We're almost done with the torture. Because I know this is going to be pure torture for a lot of people. But, at least you know, when the food truck is open, you're getting good quality food. Look at that. Look at that beautifulness. You know what bad one day I want to sample it right now. So usually, we usually cut the ends up on, they call this the burnt ends, you know. You get to a point where you can't get that good slice, so you just cut them up, cut them into burnt ends. Alright, so we got the burnt ends right there, and then we got, let me sample it. Yes, definitely the charcoal and the mesquite that I used. The lean finger there. I don't want to see her hand, but they are teeth some sample.
Know what you're talking about?
That's a brisket. So there it is. Brisket's done. One thing we have left is the stew, and that should be done soon. All right. So we'll know what after this.
Sample time.
Sample time. Even though we have a sample time yesterday for the other meal, for the steaks. Yeah, but today is the ribs. I'm sorry, the brisket and the stew. All right. So stay tuned. We're almost done with the torture. See you guys in a minute. Alright family, you know what time it is?
Sample time.
Sample time. So she's so excited this time around. Because that's something she really, really like. So, as I'm telling you, well, last time I told you this was going to be the smallest sample plate. I guess this will be the smallest sample plate. But it's just based on what we are eating today still. Alright? So, we're going to get the stew first. And then we're going to get some brisket on the plate. Alright, so, let's go then. Let's go. Let's show them what I want in there. Another pot. Oy, oy. You see that beautifulness? Nice and thick artist to watch meat. Carrot, potato. I tell you what, somebody's going to sleep after this. Now put as much as I can fit in there. juice. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, that's one. You go get the other one. So the notes are normally me take linen plate, but this time around we have both of we have one sample plate. All right, so I'm gonna get some of that beans. So you see we have red beans, we have pinto beans, we have carrots, we got potatoes. Yeah, man. Nice hearty stew. All right. Let's put this over here. Drop one more. Maybe drop one more piece of meat. I want that. Drop another piece of meat. Alright, you can never have two meat because we are meatatarian. You know that already. We are meatatarians. Alright, so I drop a couple pieces of brisket on the plate. So which one is mine then?
Whichever.
Alright. Brisket. They don't like the fat as much as me, so I'm not going to give her the fatty side. I give her some of the slimmers. Yeah. I don't like that. How that look?
Nice.
That look good? Alright. So, that's your spoon. That is my spoon. Alright. So, I don't know about my finger for casting. I'm use them anyway. So what do you say? Rotation time. Rotate. God, it is sample time. Sample I always have to go first, you know. Go down in night. Go down in night. Nice and hot. Don't burn your lips, you know. I need those.
Oh, that's good.
Come see how I sneak in the vegetable. So I have to sneak in vegetable for you now. You can't avoid it, you have to eat it. Oh, you. Food I run with. Alright, try the brisket. Try the brisket. See the brisket nice and juicy and look at that. I saw brisket. Sorry for pull. That is how brisket is supposed to be pulled. You don't want it too soft. Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know what you should do? You should dip it in the thing and try it. Dip it. Like a small dip. Yeah. Like a small dip. Can make some good sandwich with the brisket too, you know. Yes, man. She can't talk.
That's good.
Alright, so my turn. I'm gonna sample the chuck. You see the meat nice and tender, look at that. I mean, completely cooked out. And this is a nice little meal you can do overnight. So all you have to do, if you have a crock pot like that, you just set it. Put all your ingredients in there, leave it overnight. Next day, you have a great hearty soup. Or stew, what should I say? Oh yes, I have some chocha in here too, you know. That was a piece of chocha. That was the chocha, yeah. And then this is the potato. The best part with doing this overnight, the vegetables just soak up all of the seasoning. Yeah, man. So every piece where you bite into, you still taste all of the flavor from the stew. All the way through. I said food's so nice to make you want to dance. Now, forget about it. The beans, you know. So we have the beans at the bottom. So it's the pinto beans and the red beans, red peas. This kind of reminds me of Jamaican red pea soup, but again, this is a stew. So we have some chocha. That was potato. All right. Brisket time. So I like the fattier part of the brisket. You see it? Look at that. You see it? Stretchy. Yeah. Look. You see this new grill? Let me just get smoky. Smoky is it. Now I tell you, those 3 different blends of firewood I'm gonna add to it, which is the mesquite, the apple, and what was it? Hickory. Yeah, you can taste all 3 of them in there, and it just infused all the way to the center of them. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Look at the smoke ring. See that? That is some. I outdid myself on this one. Not to brag, but I outdid myself on this one. So you can tell the difference between them call it the point and the flat, right? The point is of the meat is the thicker part, and of course the flat being the flatter part. So as you can tell the difference in texture, where Lynn had it, right? It's a little bit, stretchier. Still just as good, and if you like the fattier part, you get more on the point. And then, of course, we have some burnt ends. So usually when you get to the end of the point is where you cut off your burnt ends, because you can't get that good long slice anymore. And this is just as flavorful. Nice stew. Oh my God. People, I know not gonna mad at me, you know. I know my subscribers gonna be mad at me, but may I tell you, this right here is a bomb. But I know if I put this on the food truck anytime we get the food truck, alright? But that's what I say. You guys have made it this far into the video. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button, leave a comment, share it out so I go through the torture, right? Other people can go through the torture as well. I've seen all this good food being cooked. Alright, so that's what I always say. Food for them. Alright, so until the next time, I will see you on the next cookout, or the next fishing adventure, or the next building, whatever I'm going to build next. I know what I want to build next. Alright? So, as usual, you know what we're going to do. We're going to mash up the food. Alright, so we'll see you on the next one. Alright, God bless.
Good night.
Good night. Stew for them. Food for them. Food nice. That food nice.